Greetings, gods and goddesses in training. Welcome back to the channel. It's Uncle Makara back with another video. I have a bit of an ascension flu still, so I thought I'd come on the roof to shoot the video today. And this is a very powerful one, man. It's going to be a little bit about my journey, but it's also how to use the dark masculine in a healthy way. And it's been my downfall for a very, very long time. So I want to speak about how I've transmuted it and how I've gotten to my next level. I started out traveling the world based on my parents moving around, okay? And as they started to move around from different countries, I started to notice my consciousness was also changing. I was adopting the things from different cultures and learning how to merge them together. That was my real teaching in this life. And at one level, I was subconsciously picking up spirituality, because my dad was not really that present in my time growing up. He was doing a lot of spiritual work. He was doing a lot of meditation and going to these Buddhist centers, Theravada forest tradition in Thailand, and he's learning from a guru during the time. And so I always kind of had this spiritual underpinning, you could say, as I would delve into being so captivated by the mind, archetypes, you know, and all these different things. And I wanted to, first and foremost, it started from a selfishness, which then became a selflessness through flow state. You guys have got to understand that I've dedicated my life, my entire life, to a state of consciousness. This Turiya, or this fourth state of consciousness, right? Where I've been able to understand that if you deny the dark, it's worse than being dark. Okay? Because ultimately you become a wolf in sheep's clothing. Okay? You pretend that you're like an empath and love and light and all that stuff, but underneath the surface there's like darkness that you haven't really like integrated properly, right, into your life, into your waking life. And I'm a Scorpio, so I understood this kind of Mars energy, this energy of the warrior, this energy of anger, divine anger, transmuted, and able to understand what it really means. I think in this day and age, we have a lack of healthy use of the dark masculine. I think we can't really carry it with the level of eloquence that we can. Now, if you guys know, back in the day, there used to be this dating company called Real Social Dynamics. So I almost went from Real Social Dynamics to Real Spiritual Dynamics, right? I started to understand that spirituality was my bread and butter of everything. Connecting with that world, I slowly started to experiment in college, you know. I went to a liberal arts college in the middle of nowhere. So imagine like 700 hippie kids on a hill, all learning about like underwater basket weaving or some shit, right? Like that's where I went to college, where Peter Dinklage went to college. So start to understand that all the places that I moved around, I treated my life like a performance art piece. I always treated myself like an artist and a creative. From a very young age, I was hyper creative, and I would always understand that the world was looking for something different. They were looking for power, to create fear and control. And school was telling me, you have to behave in a very specific way, and you have to tuck your shirt in, and you have to, you know, we had uniforms back in the day too, right? You have to behave in a very particular way, and you can learn only like this, the way that we teach you. And I started to become that wolf in sheep's clothing, bro. So like I would talk to all these girls, and I'd be this genuinely nice, friendly, you know, charming guy, but I was missing that masculine edge. I was missing that ferocity, and I knew within that I had that ferocity. So it was just a misalignment, right? And so I've understood that magic, what you called magic, is a property of flow state that emerges when the right conditions are there. So I didn't have those right conditions, okay? There were always shifting conditions. It's only when I came here, I started my YouTube channel, and I started to really delve into getting all of these thoughts out on camera, that they started to integrate way more. And now I'm a pioneer in this field, leading a mystery school. If you guys don't know what a mystery school is, it's something that pulls you and your soul will call you towards it, okay? If you're really resonating with this, if you feel like you're a light bearer of a new civilization, if you feel like You know, you are here to plant seeds for the future. A mystery school is a good idea for you, okay? In this tribe, in this community, we feel like we haven't been given enough importance, and that's the idea of the priest beast or the priestess beast. You know, we've grown up with good boy and good girl conditioning so much that we've left out that part of ourselves, which is that Mars energy. And this particular month, we've been exploring the solar plexus chakra, taking action, the ability to take action. And I think I finally understand a couple of the things blocking us now, especially from last night's channeling. If you weren't aware, I channeled Master Shambhu. He's one of my Heyoka spirit guides. Heyoka is the sacred clown energy, or the energy of a mirror-like consciousness that gets you to laugh at yourself and kind of point out all of your, you know, ego preservation tactics and coping mechanism. It just kind of like pulls out all the blind spots that are there, right? That type of energy. So this Master Shambhu frequency from last night, it not only healed me, but it was also very healing for those who attended. So I highly recommend, if you want to purchase the recording for that, to shoot me a message if you missed it, okay? Those of you who were there, you can get access to the recordings. And this is why you guys have to join all of these sessions, guys. This is for free. And I understand that my work in the future is not going to be for free, okay? It's going to have a monetary value attached to it because it will be more fine-tuned. But as this thing has been a prototype for a couple of years, now we're giving it out, you know? And feel free to get the benefits and advantages from this. But understand, a lot of people, they battle their past, man. You know, they're in this constant feedback loop of their unconscious mind. And ask yourself this question, man. Are you really this traumatized person that you're saying that you are? Are you really that victim version of you? Or do you also exist outside of your trauma? Because this is a really important question, because a lot of people get stuck in these toxic cycles of darkness, which is designed to make them suffer, because they're not touching source. Their connection with source or God has been tainted. And so they are fallen. And as they've fallen, or hit rock bottom, could say, rock bottom determines your value. So the state that you have when you have nothing is the same state you have when you have everything. You got to understand, to heal the collective, you got to transmute your own inner blockages, your own hidden energy reservoir patterns that are blocking you. So if you're blaming God, you're actually living out your abandonment wound. Okay, if you think this world is an unfair place, it's a dog-eat-dog world, it's a rat race, your world is going to reflect that. Your universe is going to reflect that, as within, so without, right? And so Mars energy loves to start a war. It's ready. And that's why when I say affirmations, at times I get into this Mars energy. I'm like, I'm the most infinite, incredible human being in existence. I'm the most charismatic man in any room that I walk into. I understand that thousands of women give me attention and pleasure for the simple reason that I am existing here on planet Earth, and I understand how to carry myself and carry my frequency everywhere that I go. Every goddamn day that I wake up, that I feel this vibrant energy inside of me, waking me up, waking the dragon internally, trying to get me charged up for the day, taking on every single task. I'm gonna dominate it, I'm gonna eat it up, I'm gonna chew it up. Every single thing in my path, I will run through it. Okay, that's not Mars energy. So it takes a little bit of that push, that right, to really get it out there. Why do I do this? I understand my Mars wants to start a war and wants to start conflict, because we as a human race have also been born out of conflict, out of different wars, different civilizations forming. Okay, so we have that warrior blood within us, every single one of us, we do. As a woman, you may have that huntress energy within you, like you want to aim for the right target and go after it, right? And I'm not saying be masculine as a woman. That's not what I'm referring to when I talk about this energy. As a woman, your beauty is your dangerousness. If you can flaunt your radiance and beauty as a feminine woman on this planet, you can walk into a room and all the eyes will be on you. Okay, there's a reason that OnlyFans is doing so well nowadays. Okay, you got to understand that energy, the captivating woman Shakti energy, the reason why there's so many simps in this world, so many cucks in this world. You got to understand that energy and why the fuckboy wins over the cuck. Why is that? You see, the cuck has mommy issues, okay? The controlling mommy type has embedded into the cuck's DNA. Now, that one listens to mommy's every word. The other one, which is that energy of fearlessness, you know, kind of just bravado, masculine macho-ness, which is another extreme. We understand that that guy's kind of confused in his own way too. However, he's not listening to everything that mommy is saying. He's actually rebelling against mommy a little bit, and he's going his own way, right? So a lot of men fall into these two categories. We understand that I don't have to be a complete creep, and I don't have to be a complete soy boy either. Okay? I'm gonna find the integrated masculine ground where I truly belong, where I'm most congruent with my personality and myself, man. Right? Integrity starts to take form as you grow older. You start to understand how important integrity is as you grow older, bro. When you're younger, yeah, you pretend, you kind of fake it, you know, you fake it till you make it. I wrote a book on that, you guys know. But my ideas around it is starting to change because I'm starting to notice it's act it till you fact it. It's not, there's nothing fake about it. I'm remembering who I really am. And I'm realizing I'm not a wolf in sheep's clothing. I'm just the awakened wolf. Slowly, as you hit rock bottom, you can complain, you can blame something, you can beat yourself up like, oh, I'm this tall, or I don't have that size dick, or I don't have this yet, or I don't have that car. You can look outside of you and into the external, or you can find that Mars-like fuel energy, the Akadua energy, and fucking move through it. Because I know when Mars starts a war within me, that in that moment, I am not strong enough to handle or hold Mars's energy. Which is why he's overreacting, which is why he wants to come out and challenge me. Let my anger burst out in random moments where I just make a nitpicky comment about someone, or I start complaining about something, bitching about something. But it's really this need to rock the boat. It's really this need to create drama or interest. It's really the warrior energy protecting my soul. Listen to that again. The warrior energy, what is it protecting you from? It's protecting your soul. So when someone crosses your boundaries or your values, you start getting pissed off. You see? And men in today's society, they've gone so polarized, right? They've gone so much to one side and so much to another side. I think Hamza is actually slowly starting to understand as he's reading The Way of the Superior Man. You'll notice that Hamza's content is changing towards a more spiritual depth and understanding. Okay? In the beginning, he was talking about like what everybody else was talking about, right? All this stuff. I was doing the same, you know? And, but I understood that my lack of capacity to understand the warrior and what it's supposed to be fighting is not doing good for my solar plexus chakra. Because the Mars energy is really a shield. You can use it to defend your identity and who you are. You can't always use the Mars energy to exude out from your solar plexus. And hey, the divine rage is definitely necessary. Sometimes you just have to tell people to fuck off, right? So you start sealing your solar plexus up. I will feel what I feel. I will not feel what you feel because you can't handle your feelings. And so you look at all these empaths walking around and they're not vibrant. Why are they not glowing like a fucking disco ball as they walk into the room? Why are they all like in their own heads and scratching around and like so confused and lost? And you know, being an empath does not give you a right to have a lack of responsibility and boundaries in your life and to use mental illness as an excuse to stay stuck as well. I've seen a lot of people do this. They use their label to stay in their realities. Look at all the empaths that you know. They're gutless, they're spineless, they're lacking boundaries. I'm an empath myself. I understand this, right? I'm speaking from a real place here. Because the domination of me, called love, is not love, it's enmeshment. You trying to control me is not love. I understand that. And I think it's okay to rage against God Because what that's really doing, and hear me out here, I'm not saying anything against God, but I'm understanding that that rage of God runs through my heart and my body and my chakras and my emotions to reach God. So I'm feeling that hatred in my heart, that life is being unfair to me, that nothing is working, but it's still pulling me up to the thought of the divine. And that's actually going to get me to move out of my situation. My emotions are going to open up the love valve. You guys get that? Because love and hate can flip into each other. It's like, man, I hate God, and then suddenly God blesses me, and it's like I love God again. You see? So without enough rage, you can't get your emotions to settle through this thing, right? The rage is the fuel. The Mars energy is the fuel. It's your backbone. It's what gives you that warrior essence, okay? It gives you the ability to follow some level of a very aggressive structure and protocol where you're shocking your system awake. You're doing something the opposite of what society's telling you to do. You're starting to explore outside of the realm of what is supposedly normie. And guess what? You're starting to find out what truly and authentically works for you. I moved away from that understanding. I met a bunch of mentors along my path, okay? One of them including AZD, the founder of IMC Nation, and created something called the Beast Process a long time ago when it was COVID. And that's when I joined that process. And I've been evolving ever since that day. And I keep evolving and I continue to evolve because I understand that frequency that he was trying to create, which he said, all in a state of mind. You gotta have the self-talk and the frame control. You gotta understand who you are, right? And you gotta just be about you, man. You're the best at you at being you. Bro, you're the best you at being you ever. What are you talking about? Go and do that thing that you know you're supposed to do. Fuck other people's opinions about how you should do it and what you should do and what time you should do it, and fuck all that. Follow your own process because you know yourself better than anybody. I guarantee you. You'll be using some excuse, man. Oh yeah, I'm too young. Oh, I'm too fat. Oh, I have this particular condition, heart conditions, and so I can't do that. You know, you're living out your story. You're living out your narrative. Now it's time that you start rewriting the narrative according to how you want it to be. Because you hold the pen, others don't hold the pen. They're not editing for you. And if they are, tell them to redraft. Remember that thing you said about me that while back? Man, I'm starting to get my power back, and that wasn't cool, bro. Right? Now that you're starting to get your voice, you gotta handle your communications with others. You gotta reach out to people and let them know what you're feeling about them. If they're taking hostage in your mind, what do I mean by that? You're thinking about them way more than usual, okay? They're taking a hold of your consciousness because you're spiritually attached to that person. You keep thinking about them. You need to tell them that. The thing that's sitting in your chest, at the bottom of your chest, and you're like, man, I know I need to say this, but it's gonna make me look weak, or it's gonna make me look fake, or it's gonna make me look like I reacted too early, or it's gonna make me... Forget all that. You express it as that, and then you can change it later. Okay? Doesn't mean you can go back on your words and just be like really, flip on people like a switch. Be congruent, be reliable as a character, as a human being, right? But at the same time, don't perpetuate this fear-based lifestyle, because that's what society wants you to be. It doesn't want you to tap into this Mars energy. Elon Musk is saying, let's go to Mars, right? Everybody else, shouldn't our tax dollars be spent on something great? Shouldn't this happen instead? Well, if you're really thinking about Mars, then you should probably be thinking about the solar system. Everybody's got a fucking opinion, but guess what? You're not Elon. You're not in a position to change Twitter and call it X, bro. So you got all this shit to say about somebody, right? Somebody. They're taking your consciousness. You are secretly a fan. If you hate that person and they're taking your consciousness level, you are secretly a fan, okay? If you're like, oh man, that Tate guy, he's such an asshole. Dude, and all you think about is Tate, you are secretly a fan. So you need to defend the solar plexus area. And when you feel that rage, that fire, you let it out through your throat chakra, or you ground yourself down with your root chakra, and you find ways to sustainably use your chakra system to get yourself to the next level. Okay? This is how you do it. This is how you refine it. This is ultimately what's going to keep you very, very committed, truthful, raw, and also very collected at the same time. You're going to be able to tap into your calmness because you've already expressed the rage out. That animal is well fed within you. You get that? My id, my desire, it feels satisfied. It's well, right? It can sustain itself. It can sustain its own energy. It's not there to argue. It's not there to live in denial. It's not there to blame everybody else and blame God. It's going, you know what? If life wants to do that to me, that's cool. I accept it. But let me show you right now. It's my turn. That's something I learned from AZD. My turn. Okay? It's my turn. Enough is enough. What you've done, it's over. It's my turn to decide what this means to me. Whatever has happened. Now let me show you what I'm about. And it's this Mars energy, right? So it's like, put me on CNN. Put me on that podcast. I'll put them on blast. Let's go, right? Not always the wisest energy because you get backlash and, all this stuff. But it's that aggressiveness. Do you understand that aggressiveness is what moves society forward? Like if someone was just like passive and really like, just like la la la, like sitting by, work would not be getting done, bro. That's why the boss is usually very aggressive and dominant, right? The boss comes in with a specific kind of leadership and a mentality. They know who they are, they have standards. And if they don't, you have a weird ass boss, you have a wolf in sheep's clothing type of boss, you're gonna have a weird relationship with them, man, because their shadows are gonna come out as you communicate with them. And you're gonna find that maybe this is not purely an authentic, interaction. That they have some ulterior motive or, These people haven't confronted their fears or shadows. That's why they keep being stuck in this negative loop. You get that, right? But as soon as you learn how to use that Mars energy, and again, this is my hidden aspect. So we have a Black Moon Lilith in astrology, right? That's like your hidden aspects of you. That energy for me is Aries for me. And also what's very interesting is my mother is an Aries, right? So she has that Mars ferocity and that energy. And I've seen that in her. So she's a gynecologist and she's starting a hospital in Kolkata actually, guys, right? And so that determinism of this businesswoman mindset, right? I got the masculine energy from my mom and the feminine energy from my dad, bro. It flipped. Of course, my dad had a lot of masculine energy too. Like I would see him like setting shit down and doing that shit. But I learned that spiritual aspect from my father actually. And from my mother, I just learned the way that she pushed ahead and she had to resort to being in her masculine. You get that? And I say that right now from a place where I'm so much more empowered about myself and my relationships that I'm creating with myself, my tribe, and the women in my life who have got to be merged with my tribe, irregardless, okay? Because my tribe is a representation of me. These are good people. Okay? These are very good people. And I know them for a very long time. So if you have something to say about them, you'll have something to say about me. This is how it's done. We are the Upward Spiral Gang. Get to know us, okay? Shout out to all the adepts. It's funny, I just saw you from afar and you look like you're the type of person that just loves to just like let go and have so much fun. Like you don't like to kind of hold yourself back from having way too much fun. Like you just actually let yourself embrace it, And I'll just say this stuff at times, and I'll just be like, they'll be like, whoa, you're 100% right. Where is this coming from? Right? Am I cold reading or using psychology? No, this is like organically flowing out of me from my own intuition in the moment. So this is why teaching yourself freestyle rap, improvisation techniques, being able to access the spiritual realm in conversation with someone. We understand in spirituality, this is a weird dogma paradigm, right? In spirituality, they say you can't make money and you can't socialize. Fuck all that. That's a weak paradigm for me. Because spirit is in everything and in everyone. And if I'm having a conversation with someone, you better know that it's a spiritual conversation I'm having. I might be even faking politeness in that moment, but I know there's spirit underneath that. I know there's some greater and grand cause, some higher calling pulling me through to teach me some psychic lesson that I know I needed in that moment. And that's what the resistance showing up for you is. It's really a magnetism of pulling into what you need to lean into and get rid of, so you don't flinch, so you don't have this weird thing in the background that you're always looking towards, and it's taking you out of the zone, bro. It's taking you out of your state. So my state is always fucking fantastic. Even when I'm tired, I'm feeling good. I'm like, God damn it, I'm the most tired motherfucker ever, right? Like, I love feeling tired. In fact, I'm gonna take a power nap right the fuck now, okay? If I'm sick, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm sick, okay? I get a day off to relax and think about myself and journal and meditate. Are you kidding me, right? I own it. Any single situation, any single adversity, you throw it at me and I'll find my algorithm, right, will create a response to that. That's that ninja level, high level, flow state, mage, Jedi shit, okay? That's next level. However, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button. You already know what it is. Mushin gang. We're already here. Okay, we're already taking over. You already know this is a vibe that you want to latch on to, okay, and synthesize in your own DNA. You already know you got the God fragment activating right now as I'm speaking to you. You already know you got the swagger today. You already know that you're about to kill it and crush it and slam dunk on every motherfucker that comes across your way. So let's kick it off. Happy fucking Tuesday. Club going up, okay? Let's get it. Upward spiral. I'm gonna make it.